Hi everyone, and Happy New Year. I hope you can hear me. I do have the little sound things going, and I have hopefully, fingers crossed, figured out how to use my preamp amplifier or whatever you call it. So I meant to send out an email to you earlier, like last week or last month, or basically any time except for the last hour before we went live today. So if you are not here or you're watching the replay, that is on me. I thought about sending out an email, and then I just kept making YouTube videos this month. Like, I could not stop myself. And that's pretty much where all of my time and effort went this month. So hopefully you didn't show up too early. Everyone's doing great. So if you can hear me, if you can just let me know, that would be super helpful. Who's here? So surveys here. Nikki and Amanda and Nadia and Adriana, Karen, and let's see. Yes, the start of the new year is a great time. Who else is here? Diana. Uh-oh, something's wrong. Oh, maybe because I didn't go live at the time. I meant to go live at noon. Honestly, using Canva slides is easy, but it was a little hard for me because what I did is I imported my old slides that were PDFs into Canva, and then the formatting's just a little off, like dots are actual real dots instead of like bullet points. But anyways, I'm here now. I'm late. So, Shelly. All right. So we're all here. Let's just talk really quick. Let me try to bring up. All right. So I posted a lot of videos. One of the videos I posted was actually the vision board. So it was, there's a template, you can download it. It was like at the bottom of the video. And this had all the goals from last year, like what happened, what did not happen. And there was this December goal. So two things. One, I did finish the glow up. And also the December goal, I was like, hey, maybe I might be able to do the December goal, but it's January 1st and I did not do the December goal. So, and that's probably because I didn't start working on it till I think it was like 3 days before. So that was all on me. Anyways, I think this is the year where I'm definitely giving you a workbook. I want to confess, I am late with that, so I will do that today. But I think that we're going to phase out workbooks and try to phase in just AI chat prompts, because I don't think that my prediction is that workbooks are going to kind of go away, right? They take a long time to make, and pretty much all the questions they ask are super generic. Like every time I get a workbook, I do still get excited, but then when I open it, I'm like, it's another lame workbook again. Like I need one of these in my life, right? So I think that the new thing people will start using is just AI. I know I have, and I think even if you haven't, I think just having AI prompts you can copy and paste. So I'm going to probably switch over to Google Docs, only because it's easier to copy and paste things from there instead of a PDF. Because sometimes the PDFs, just like how when I uploaded it to Canva, it had weird formatting. I think the same exact thing happens with when you copy and paste something into anywhere else. So I think that will just be easier for everyone. And then you can post your answers there or not post them there, because again, I think workbooks are like phasing out, and you can just save your chat GPTs or your Claude conversations or Perplexity. You can organize those all into projects. Now, if you are using the free version, I don't think you can really organize in there. However, I would argue that whatever you choose, whether right now they're all priced at $20 per month if you use the Pro plan. And if you're using them enough and you're using them efficiently, I think it is better for you to just pay for one of them. And if you were going to pay for, like, if you ask me like which one is the best, I would definitely say Claude right now. It does a better job with answering my questions, with forming YouTube descriptions. I've been using that. It's helped significantly. My YouTube tags, and it is older. So right now, as of today, January, the Claude database only goes back to April, right? So that was the problem with ChatGPT in the beginning. It was like the data was like 2 or 3 years old because it took them so long to build the tool. However, Perplexity does have real time, but I would argue Perplexity, you could still just keep using the free option. And then for everything, unless you're like a content creator, so like So I know I'm saying a lot, but if you are doing Claude just for everyday use, I think it's just good for so many different things. If you are someone who is a content creator where you are like on the forefront of breaking information and you are trying to keep your audience up to date, you would actually be better off using Perplexity, because Perplexity allows you to put all of those chats into one location or push that information that you've done the research on out onto like a Perplexity webpage for people to look at, almost like a Wikipedia page. And that way you would be like on the forefront without having to, again, repackage it into a workbook. I really just don't think by the time people repackage things into books, the data is already outdated. So anyways, those are my thoughts. Diana, I have so many workbooks on my computer right now that I've never finished or even looked at. Yeah, right. I do that too. I hoard them because I'm like, oh my God, I get so excited about a workbook. And then I kind of breeze through it and then I never like print it out. I mean, I can't even tell you how much paper I wasted. Like back in the days when I printed stuff, I would print out tons and tons of workbooks, thinking like, at least if it's printed, I'll look at it. And sure, some of the questions were good, but whatever. Workbooks stress me out. Yeah, hooray. So we are going to be Team AI all the way for 2025. So everybody who we talk to or in this group is going to know how to use AI and be doing really well with it by the end of the year. So, or not even, maybe even sooner. So inside of there, I said this was like the AI I told everyone to set up to do their goals for the year. And specifically, I just set up a chat inside of Claude where I just go back all the time so I don't have to repeat this or my goals, and it just kind of helps me like move forward in theory in life. So I already went through all this. So what was I going to tell you? Oh, I did change my goal. So we'll talk about this today too. I did change. There was a goal, like I thought I was going to, hardcore lose 30 pounds for the year, but I've changed it to 15. And, I have gained and lost the same 10 pounds for like, I don't know, 3 or 4 years now. So I'm not getting any better. And there was this guy that explained like, it's like a war, right? So in the military, I guess, and I don't watch any of those movies like on the History Channel, but it makes sense, right? You never keep advancing if you can't hold the position that you're at. So I've never thought about just maintaining, even though it's not my ideal weight, I've never thought about just practicing maintaining. And it's always just kind of like, oh, well, you're a loser. That's not like where you should be. You should like keep striving to lose more. But clearly it's not working. And so I've lowered the threshold. So, and I'm totally okay with that. Anyways, if you are attending live, in the description, this was an exclusive just for Planner Pixies members. You don't have to join. I mean, I would love it if you joined Planner Pixies, but even if you don't join today only, if you would like this year at a glance calendar, which I absolutely love. So if you watch my office tour, you can see where I hung it up in my office. It is 36 inches wide by 24 inches tall, and you can have it printed anywhere at Staples or Office Depot, or I think even inside Canva, it will print it. There's like printing options. I think mine was like $7 to have printed over at Office Depot. So I love it. I like just seeing everything at a glance. Plus you can edit it with your own stuff before you print it out, so that then it looks how you want it to look, and you have your own dates inside of there. So just wanted to mention that really quick. And also, if you didn't know, I finally, because I didn't tell anyone, like I said, I've been really bad about messaging like literally anybody. I haven't messaged the list. I was doing so well for a while, but I did finish the AI Glow Up course. It's done. So if you want to go in, everything that I said coming in November, which I did not, I missed that deadline. It's done now. I finished it last week. So that's all done. And then my original plan was for the AI Glow Up, I was going to sell it as a membership. And then every month we would do an AI photo shoot. Well, clearly running multiple memberships is like crazy. So I don't know why anyone would do that. So I canceled that. And instead, what I did is we're going to do an AI photo shoot every single month, and it's going to be available only to Planner Pixies members. So it'll be a live stream on the YouTube channel. I guess if you see the words, you can copy and paste them really quick. But as far as the download to like redo it, copy and paste, like I said, it's going to be a copy and paste Google Doc. Everybody inside of Planner Pixies is going to get it. And so I just think it just helps you to get more ideas The whole reason you join a template shop or membership is because you just don't have time to make stuff. And sure, maybe that month's whatever avatar is mermaids and you're not really into mermaids, but next month when they do something else for, say, Easter bunnies, I don't know, I'm thinking of like random things, or a luxury brand or a grungy Brooklyn brand or something like that, maybe those will appeal to you, or maybe to one of your clients, or something cute that you want to make. So either way, every month, like this one, search for good examples. I was doing an example of the Scottish Highlands, right? And I think I was probably watching Outlander on TV and obsessed with Scotland like everybody else. So anyways, every month we'll have a different theme of an AI photo shoot, some copy and paste stuff, because there's also, so another huge thing is there's like 20,000 copy and paste prompts inside of the AI Glow Up course. So right now, without even needing like everything branded, you could just search through some stuff, copy and paste that, and then with all the tools that I've shown you, you can just make your own selfies. So hope that helps you get excited about this year and making your own stuff. Another thing coming too is, Squarespace. So I have partnered with somebody to deliver a lot of Squarespace templates. And so all of those templates, as soon as I figure out how to deliver them to you, will be delivered to you. Let's see if I can do, like, all of these templates for these different websites are inside of my Squarespace site. There's a lesson on how to auto deliver Squarespace templates instead of doing it manually by email. So as soon as I figure that out, you can get access to, I have 4 templates ready to go. So there's that. And that's like something new for 2025. That's going to be part of Planner Pixies. Every month you'll get a new Squarespace template as well. So very excited. I think this is going to be like the year things finally come together. And I'm so excited because I originally was going to, like I said, I was going to have multiple memberships, which is just crazy. Instead, I'm just going to put all of my focus into Planner Pixies, and anything and everything I create will just be inside there. Another big change too is that, and I should just go through my slides because I think I put these on here so I don't want to repeat myself, is that you'll have an all access pass to everything that I create in 2025. So if you're a lifetime Planner Pixies member, it means it doesn't matter if I create something for authors or for writers or anything else, you'll just get it for free. So over here, so we always start out every month, just like a regular plan with me, talking about everything that we love about the month. So for me, I usually just like that it's nice and cool. The days, there aren't longer days there. I don't know why I put that. There are shorter days. TV shows have returned. So during the Christmas, this must be a list from the summer, but during the Christmas season, it's been a little bare bones for TV shows and movies around here. But I have been watching less TV since I moved back here. Hot tea. I do like hot tea. Even if it was 95 degrees out, I would probably still drink hot tea though. And I did finally go out to afternoon tea the other day. I'm so excited. It was like wonderful. So anyways, and it's the new year. So I feel like everyone's excited about the new year. So like I said, the new workbook, not available. I will do those later today. I don't know if anyone noticed, Punk Post went out of business. Now, if you've never heard of Punk Post, what you could do is you could go online and they would doodle something really pretty, like there are lettering artists, and you would just order a card, a birthday card, a sympathy card. It doesn't matter. You could put anything you want on the card, well, up to a certain number of letters. And they would even put confetti inside the letters for you, and they would mail those out. Well, a few months ago, they just said, bye, see ya, sorry, we're closing it. There was like no explanation. Everyone was like, no. Anyways, they used to create this monthly planner or monthly layout, which was also super cute, which is where I got the idea to make that 2025 at a glance, because having all these cute little digital stickers, even though it's really small, it just made the planners, the like layout just so much prettier, and I got excited about getting one every month. So that's where that came from. Anyways, this is gone and it's so sad. However, so some people, and I thought this was great, a lot of people in the comments just wrote, hey, I can still do these for you. So if you are a lettering artist and you think that you might want to do one-on-one client work, this was a huge business. I think they had, how many followers do they have? They had 53,000 followers. So, and I'm sure they had way more customers. I know even I use them all the time. I would order like 7 or 8 cards from them a year for like people for birthday cards. And then it would send you a reminder, hey, Jen's birthday is coming up again. Do you want to send her a card? And I'd be like, sure, because it was so cheap. It was like $8 or something. It's more expensive to buy a card at the local CVS or Walgreens than it is just to get one of these cute, like very personalized cards. So anyways, not saying you should charge that much. Probably since you're a single person, you might want to charge a little more, but there's definitely a market for this. So that's all I was going to say. Also, my theme for the year is amplified. I'm not really sure. I think I just meant, so it's amplified by AI. So everything that we do, like I said, is going to be AI. So you shouldn't worry, like, because I still see people doing things the old way and not using AI, and that's just not going to happen to us. We're all going to use it. We're all going to get comfortable with it. We're all going to get better at it, whether it's using design, it's making images, it's making stock photos. I want everybody in this group to be able, at the end of the month or the next year or season, whatever, to be able to create content if you want and be able to sell it, or be able to like put yourself out there as an AI consultant to other businesses. So we're really going to amp up. And you know, this kind of reminds me of, there's so many AI haters, and I just don't want anyone to listen to that, because when I first started writing back in, I don't even know, like at least a decade ago, 2014, 2012, ebooks had just came out. And I know it sounds so weird to think of like I remember Borders was still in business, Barnes and Noble was going strong, and I thought there was no way traditional publishing and hardbacks were ever going to not be a thing. And so when ebooks first came out and Amazon allowed you to self-publish, there were so many authors that were so just condescending and rude and just like the old guard of, this is stupid and no one's going to read ebooks and only a loser would self-publish. And so I had just started like not even just thinking about writing, right? And I joined these writer groups, and they were all focused on getting a traditional publisher and agent. And so I was like, yeah, I'm with you. These people are all losers. I'm definitely not going to e-publish or self-publish. And so I sat on the sidelines, just being haughty and rude and condescending, quite honestly, with everyone else, even though I didn't have an agent or a contract. But, you know, God forbid I self-publish something. And so what happened, as we all know, is those people made millions, and they did really great. They built audiences that they still have today, and they're thriving. And so I 100% think that is the same thing that's going to happen right now with AI. You have a bunch of old guard people, closed-minded. You have all these like really pointless discussions happening about the legality, and this is copyright, and you're stealing and you're plagiarizing. Whereas I think the rest of us, hopefully you'll join me, will just move forward and think of the possibilities. Maybe AI can solve cancer. Maybe AI can help you talk to dolphins, right? Because we're not smart enough to understand those patterns, and it can, right? It can like translate things in real time. So I think there is just a bigger world for possibilities to happen with AI, and I'm not sure what it's going to turn into. I mean, a couple of years ago, like I said, I had made some videos about how AI making images was awful. And it was. And to this day, I mean, it's gotten way better. And I just think learning to use those tools now, and as they improve, they will get better. And the same thing happened with ebooks when they first came out. The tools weren't really there. They weren't really happening. And now they're just getting better. So anyways, we will never run out of selfies. We will never run out of ideas. We're going to have everything and be so much better than everyone else. So if you are in Planner Pixie's Lifetime, the AI Glow Up, I already enrolled you. You just have to go in and like look at it. So just a reminder that it's there. Also, for Planner Pixies, and it is open today, just for this month, I reopened Planner Pixies, and it's on sale. It's on sale and it's open. So I took $100 off for the annual and $150 off for the lifetime, but this month only. So if you were in lifetime, you were also going to get the cover course. So have I made it? No, but it's on the horizon. I just secured one of the bonuses yesterday. I'm really excited about that. So this and any other pretty fabulous courses. I saw somebody else selling a pass for, and it's somebody new. Like I don't even know. I must have gotten on her mailing list from one of those virtual summits or virtual bundles or something. And she had a 2025 all access pass, and it said you get free access to anything I create. And I was like, well, I don't really know you, and I can see that you haven't been in business for that long, so I'm gonna pass. So I totally understand if you want to pass, but I've been around for a while. But yeah, everything I create, it's like an all access pass. Whatever gets made and gets sold, if you're in Planner Pixies, you just get it for free, so you don't have to worry about it. And these are also the 4 websites that are ready to go. Photography one about podcasting, another one on digital tools, and another one on an online content business. So as soon as I figure out how to deliver those to you, they will be yours. So we will probably go through that this month. I'll have another lesson on that. So we're going to do our regular schedule for year end. And I might have cut a couple things out because there were certain things where I wasn't really sure that we wanted to do. But all of that will get done hopefully soon. So really quick, if you have not joined Planner Pixies, I don't know why not. It is like literally just everything. Like I said, I'm not creating anything else. Everything just gets funneled into this one program. And you are going to get all of my Canva templates. You're going to get every single template that I've ever made. You'll never have to worry about like, hey, I wanted this template. I want to buy this one off. You can get access to everything. All of the pop-up shops, those are still relevant. And I didn't put everything back I redesigned it in Canva. So I didn't just upload the PDF. I like actually redesigned it step by line, by circle, by word, and everything else. So they're completely editable in case you were like, I really don't want to learn Adobe InDesign. The sticker camp course, all done, templates, all ready to go. It's inside of there, the best equipment to use, the best sticker paper, all of that. Monthly goal, every single workbook ever, even though I just said we're phasing away from workbooks, but you'll never have to worry about missing out on a past workbook because they're all there. And in fact, I took the monthly workbook and I made it an editable Canva file in case you wanted to make it and use it as your own to send out to people. Every single monthly plan with me live stream is on there. All of our past book clubs are out there as well. And last year what I did is I just had a recommendation of book clubs. I'm not sure. I think everyone likes the idea of book clubs. It's like the idea of workbooks, but when it comes time to actually read it and have a discussion, people are like, I'm so busy. I can't believe the month already came and went. There's no way I had time to read a book. So that happened too. And I think it was I think it was Shelly was like, hey, did you read these books? I did not. I read some of them, but not all of them. So I do have that ready to go as like a summary. So we'll do that one of these weeks too. So like I said, another big change is we're going to be meeting. I'm going to try to meet every week. So I joined the Future Fiction Academy and I saw their schedule. Now, to be fair, they have like a huge staff, right? So there's different people doing different things, but they're going live like 2 or 3 times a day with just whatever. And so I thought, wow, that's a real like active membership. So I'm pretty sure I could go live at least once a week. So we're going to try doing that. I think when I did the Motivation Mondays in the past years for January and December, I got positive feedback. Everyone really seemed to like it. So, and I think it just helps keep goals in the forefront of your mind. Like, what am I doing? What am I working on? What's new? So we're going to try to do that as well inside of here. So, all of the challenges too in the past, all the challenges, you'll get access to that. You can Voxer me every month. You'll get the secret YouTube playlist. I haven't made a lot of secret videos lately, but maybe we'll resume that this year. But there's a ton of them. There's a ton of tech tutorials in there too that are part of the secret video library. All of the past book reviews. Every single Sunday night, you get a Monday motivation email from me. They are honestly just about whatever. They're like whatever's happening that week or whatever kind of I want to talk about. That's what happens. But I think it kind of helps you like know what's going on for the week and just something like food for thought, I guess, on productivity or design or life. We have a private members forum, so we're all on Heartbeat, so you never have to worry about going to Facebook, which I've joined a few more Facebook groups, even though I just did a cleanup. And I still can't, like, sometimes I'm like, I don't even remember what Facebook group I joined, and who has time to bookmark all of those, right? So that is all inside of there. There are also what I called VIP bonuses, because I used to sell the quarterly, but now you can only buy annual or lifetime. But everybody will get access to ThriveCart. So not the software, but the ThriveCart courses. So if you want to use ThriveCart, and I had switched us over to ThriveCart before I came to Podia, but I would say if you're starting from scratch, 100% use ThriveCart, only because you pay one fee and you never have to pay again. Mine was just, it was on Thinkific, then it was on Podia, then it was on ThriveCart. It was just really confusing. So anyways, what's happening on ThriveCart? ThriveCart, if you want to do checkout pages, even if you don't use it for anything else, it has the upsells and downsells that you hear everyone talking about with funnels. I show you exactly how to do that and how to set everything up. Also, ThriveCart Learn. So if you want to put your courses on there or your membership or downloads, then our webinars, I show you how to do all of that, how to do the registration, how to find student info and everything else. And then checkout templates, in case you're like, I just don't feel like making my own checkout templates. I've made some for you. So we have checkout templates for planners, physical planners, digital planners, stickers. And so that's the thing too. Inside of ThriveCart, you can actually sell physical products, and it has some integrations built in there in case you would like to have them shipped out at a lower price or whatever. So all of this is inside of Planner Pixies and waiting for you. And then special add-on for today, anyone who buys, you can get the 20 case studies of all of the major planner competitors and doing a SWOT analysis, which is a classic business: strength, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So that's all inside of there, the year and clean up, all of those Monday motivation things that we talked about before. Those are all inside of there as well. And I think that's everything. So, let's see, Shelly, yours are still the best workbooks and ones I actually read. Aw, thanks. You have a debugging error on your Planner Pixie website. Oh, that's odd. Thank you for letting me know, Diana. I'll fix that. Book club. If you want to sign up, if you go to, I think programs, where is it? Where is the membership? I think if you just go to the website, programs.prettyfabulousdesigns.com, you should see inside of there, just at the very top, a banner that says join Planner Pixies, and it should take you there. So, like I said, every month we're going to do a new AI photo shoot drop, and my plan, fingers crossed, is to also deliver a Squarespace template, maybe not every month, but every other month. Six Sigma sessions. So like I said, goal planning, I think, shouldn't be done like manually, right? You should just let AI help you and figure it out. So, I think you'll waste a lot of time just trying to think of things on your own. So I think that would be helpful. Oh, Karen Book Club. Boxer X is back. I get the same area after I had to get my hosting service to fix it. Huh, that's really weird. Hold on, let's just try to go to the website together. So programs.prettyfabulousdesigns.com. So if you go here at the very top, it says that this is open for January 1st only. So check it out, or for January only. And then this should take you right to the Planner Pixies website. So you can sign up over here for the VIP, or you can sign up for the lifetime. You don't need a discount code for either of these. It should just work. Yeah, it just says $447. So hopefully that works for you, Diana. So awesome. My login isn't working. Well, that depends. So remember, if you're over here on the website, there's two logins. So down here it says there's two login links. Like I said, some are on ThriveCart, some are on Podia. So if you purchase prior to July 2024, you are on ThriveCart. So you would click here to log into ThriveCart. If you purchased after July 2024, or you are a lifetime Planner Pixies member, then you would use the Podia login. So there's 2 different logins. So maybe try both and then just let me know. And if it doesn't fix, don't worry, we'll fix it for you. Where were we? We were talking about something. And present. Okay. So recap. So, this was actually, I feel like this was just progress. So last year I was like, it wasn't that great. I didn't really do much, but I feel like I did make some progress, right? Like, I think everything that you do helps you to get one step closer. And we'll talk about that too. I really think a lot of my goals, when I talked about how I just didn't make my goals for 2024, I think it's because I just made them too big. And, not too big, like I wasn't dreaming big enough, like just unrealistically big. Like, am I really going to learn how to use Squarespace, become an expert, and design a website all within 1 month? Well, probably not. So even if I worked on it 24/7, I just think the amount of information your brain can take in and still be engaged is pretty low. So that was it. I think, just in terms of highlights for the year, I definitely feel, and last year I said I only felt 1% better. This year I feel 50% better. So if I think about the beginning of the year, just in terms of like panic attacks, right? I could only drive a mile. Now, I remember it was like January, was it January? It was the new year, and I had gone to the gym to work out, and my gym was like, I think maybe 1.3 miles from my house, and I had a panic attack at the gym, and I couldn't go. And I called Kirsten, and I was like, you have to pick me up. And she was like, what are you talking about? And I was like, I'm having a panic attack. I can't get home. So she had to Uber all the way to the gym, even though she lives across town, so that she could come over, get me from the gym, and then drive me home. So, which I'm very, very appreciative of. But also now I can drive 40 miles. So I feel like for me, even though I can't drive 100 miles or really like take flights by myself or train rides yet, I feel like I'm making like much better progress than last year. And again, I went from the 150s to the 140s again. So was that progress? I mean, maybe, I don't know. I mean, I did it again, so I'm just going to count that as a win. And also a lesson learned. So I'll talk about that in a minute, but I'm still a runner. So I always used to complain that, I've been running for 3 years now. I've been taking those running classes at Stride. And it really just wasn't getting better. I wasn't getting faster. I wasn't finding it easier. Every day I went to the gym, I was like, I'm dying. I'm like, I feel like I'm either going to throw up or pass out. And then all of a sudden, it's been 3.5 years, I think now that I've been running. I'm finally better. Like I can run. I actually, when I do my runs now in the morning, I can do a 5K. Like I do 3.11 miles. And this is a number Karen would know. I can do 5 kilometers. I can do a 5-kilometer run. I know I'm always talking like US measurements, but I can do it and I feel pretty good. And I don't know. In fact, some days I do 6K or 7K. So that is something I don't believe if I hadn't just had the patience to do for the last 3.5 years, I would be able to do right now. Even though I really saw, I'm going to say little to no progress for 3.5 years, at least like I kept doing it. And I feel like that's kind of the thing I think too with goals is I thought they were working, but they weren't. They were kind of, but because I was so unrealistic about the timeline, I didn't see it and I didn't think that I was making progress and I thought about quitting. So I think that's something else that I would want to do too. So that's it. Sad that you left, Kelly, just when I returned. Yes, Florida's like way better. I had one in the middle of Walmart once. Everyone was looking at me like I was nuts. It really sucked. I've gotten a lot better with that. 50% better is great progress. Yes, panic attacks are weird because before I had them, I always said to people, like, what's wrong with you? Just get over it. And so until you've actually had one, you really don't understand it. So there's that. But yeah. And the worst is, I don't know why it makes a difference in public. You're always like, I don't want to have it in front of people. Like, I don't know what difference it would make. And I think more and more people are having anxiety and I think are becoming more understanding. So there's that. And just in general, I feel hopeful. And so last year I kind of felt hopeful, but not that much because I was like, I've improved 1%, right? So this year I feel like much better. I think giving up the caffeine, this was the same thing too, right? So it took 3.5 years for the running to kick in. I think I gave up caffeine in April of last year, and I just gave up processed sugar like 2 months ago. And it's helped a little, but I think it's one of those things too. It's a cumulative effect, and I just have to keep going and thinking like I can just do it, and then in 1 month everything will be solved, and all my problems will be better. Isn't going to work either. So that's the same thing. Survey. My husband just had one last night. Went to bed at 4 a.m. Yeah. Sometimes it used to keep me up too. It's really tough. So let's move on from wherever we were. Debt. I have increased my debt by $25,000. And last year I was like, I'm gonna pay it all off and be saving $1 million. Okay, maybe I didn't say $1 million, but it did not go the way I wanted. As far as revenue, I have no idea. I'm not trying to hide it. I just don't know, because Bench went out of business. I made a video yesterday. They posted something on the 27th and it said, peace out, we're gone. And then on Monday, they were like, hey, we're back. So I have no idea where my finances stand at all. But moving home has been helpful. So yes, I'm living at my parents' house. But even then, the cost of living adjustment has been so much different than California. So I'm over that whole I need to be in perfect weather all the time, because just gas alone went from $5 to $3 a gallon. And I don't even drive that much, but I mean, it's helpful, right? Groceries, I used to spend $3.50 a week, and now it's like $95 a week. Also, rent. So I was looking, like, even if I wanted to get my own place here, rent was $33.50 in California, and that was for a studio and did not include parking. But here I could get a really nice place. Like, they have brand new places that they're building everywhere for $16.85. So even if I want to move out, it'll be like way better. Car insurance is more expensive here. I was a little surprised by that. I get insured through American Family Life through Costco, because they give you discounts. And they said that they didn't have insurance for the whole state of Florida. I didn't even know that was a thing, because it's just too expensive, which now I understand it is. I don't know why. It's just more expensive. I'm not really sure what's going on, but yeah. All right, let's move on. Okay, this guy, I don't know who this guy is. If you just search for the title of his video, it came up on my video feed, and it was, just best strategy to dominate your New Year's fitness goals. Honestly, I wasn't even going to listen to it or watch it, but I was on the treadmill, and I don't know if anyone else has this problem. I don't know if it's because I'm sweaty or like I'm running and bouncing up and down, but sometimes when I go to change a video, it won't recognize my finger tap. It's really weird. It's almost like when you are using your phone in the winter and you have gloves on, and even though they're those special gloves that say that they will, work with your phone, it still doesn't, even though you're tapping. Anyways, I listened to the video. It was like the best thing ever. So he was saying, it's like the military. He's like, why are you just continuing on? Can you even hold the position that you have? And I never thought of it like that. I'm like, I obviously can't. I cannot hold my position because I keep regaining. And it was so simple. And I feel like it's just so obvious, right? Like, your body has that set point. So everyone talks about the set point and then they whine about it. But it's not really that the set point is set forever. It's just that maybe like whatever higher weight that you are at or were at, it's been there for, I don't know, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. And all of a sudden you change it and you're like, why can't I just keep it? It's only been 3 months. Like, you haven't ever practiced maintaining. I've never practiced maintaining. I've always been like one of two stages, either actively losing, because I'm like so ultra, like not conservative, like what's the word? Crazy with cutting down calories, doing fasting or something else extreme, and exercising a lot. And so I'm seeing the numbers go down. Then I just like everything else, you rebound in your body because it has that set point. Is like, I am starving. You are like starving me and I'm tired. I'm really tired. And maybe I just wasn't set up to work out this much. I need a break. And so you think to yourself, I worked so hard. I deserve a break. And then you go into break mode and then you notice the weight coming back, but you're like, it's just a couple pounds here and there. And then all of a sudden you're like, I don't want to look at the scale. I'm just going to pretend that this isn't happening and I'll deal with it later, right? And then you hit rock bottom again. with gaining the same weight or more back, and then you're right back in that same pace. And so the way he explained it made so much sense. He's like, why do that? Why don't you just, he's like, only lose, and he had it down to like, I forget what the percentage was, but like for me, it was like just lose 7 to 10 pounds, right? So right now I'm at the 10. Just hold it for at least 3 months. Don't even think about trying to lose more. Just hold it. I've never tried to maintain. So right now, it is not my ideal weight. It's one of those things where you're like, I am definitely a before picture. I am not an after picture. I'm just going to try holding it. So at first I was aggressively trying, like with my goals for that vision board, I was like, every single 3 months, I'm going to lose, 5 pounds. So by the end of the year, I'm losing 30. Well, I've reassessed that. It's 15. And even then, I might not even bother, because his whole thing was, why don't you just wait? And then the next year, work on another 10. And then the next year, work on another 10. And I think the problem is we all see all of those success stories where people, those before and after pictures, where it's 50 pounds, it's 100 pounds, it's 200 pounds, right? So I'm just going to maintain. So that's just my new strategy. I don't think it's hard, because I don't think anyone ever thinks as maintenance as a goal. It's kind of like you're stagnant, you're not doing anything. And I really want to change that for everyone, that I think certain things are just hard to maintain, right? That whole new lifestyle and eating less and everything else. So I am just going to maintain for the next few months. And that's how I have adjusted my goals for the year. What else? I think it's a good time to ask yourself, when you reflect on the past year, and I already did a YouTube video on this, but just going through your calendar and just seeing how the feelings come up, because I definitely 100%, now that I've done this exercise a few times, it's a waste of time to go through values and, what's important to you or something like that. You don't know until you try to do something. So at least this way you can look at your past calendar and see how that feels. And then for sure, like when I looked at, virtual writing sessions, I dreaded them. I hated them. I couldn't stand them. But because I'd never taken the time to reflect on it, I didn't realize I didn't like that, because when I think about my values, I think about writing. And when I think about writing, I think about writing a lot and being prolific and just being super efficient and just doing it 24/7. And so I think the values that I think I have aren't lining up with what is actually working for me. So anyway, so I thought that was a much better schedule. And I did figure out my main frenemies, I'm just going to call them frenemies, are TV and processed sugar. So I've noticed that I'm hungry still, normal, but before I used to be just ravenously starving every 2 hours. And I always think, those continuous glucose monitors, maybe try one out. I mean, I've never tried one out, but I can just feel it. I just know it's definitely different. But either way, when you think about the last year, like I said, the running, everything you do helps you progress. Even planning out my days and planning out my meals and, researching recipes and making things, it felt and I can't remember what year it was, but I complained a lot about it. I complained a lot of things. And I said, I can't do it. It's I have no time to do any work because it takes up 7 hours of my day. It takes me 2 hours to research recipes. It takes another 2 hours to go to the grocery store. It takes another 2 hours to make the meal. And then by then I'm kind of tired and I just want to relax. And so even though that was painful, I think, again, anything you do helps you get to where you're going. And I think we're doing ourselves a disservice by saying we can get everything done in a week or even a month or a quarter or anything else. Things are going to take as long as they're going to take. And, you might get a little bit better at something, but you shouldn't see it as a failure. Instead, you should just see it as making progress or getting practice in towards something that you want to be good at and you want to have something that's easier. Another thing you could do is, just ask yourself if maybe you just aren't interested in things. And maybe the other things, like I said, you did instead that you saw on your calendar, even though you had scheduled things or planned things out, were things that you truly wanted to do instead of the other things. What else? Oh, it's just my daily reminder or my annual reminder to throw things away. I got a really easy, fresh, clean slate because I moved and I threw away pretty much everything. I'm going to have a video too. We'll talk about things that I rebought because every time I throw things out, there's always a couple things that you have to rebuy. So there were things that I threw out that I wish I hadn't, and now I paid for them twice. So there's that. Word of the year. So here are some of my past words of the year. I had ambitious, focus, strive, execution, willpower, discipline. So if you look at the last three words, execution, willpower, and discipline, I was like trying to strong arm myself into like making it happen instead of giving myself grace or just thinking about the fact that things take longer than a month. Just because I do a monthly plan with me doesn't mean I can just have things done in a month. So my new word for the next year, and look at your Clifton strings too. Maybe that'll help you to like think of a category of words, but mine is action. Because everything I've read is that, and it seems obvious, but action always comes first, motivation comes second. And I think all of those planning videos that you watch and everybody else's vision board always think, like, go on the belief that motivation happens first and then you'll take action because you've like looked at this vision board and you're just so motivated at these pictures, you're going to spring into action. And that's not true. Anytime they've done studies, and I'm not in neuroscience, but I've been listening to a lot of these like podcasts and videos. Every time you take action, that actually leads to motivation and not the other way around. So action is always first for 2025, not motivation. And you know what? If I start doing stuff just like the virtual writing and I just hate it and I dread it, maybe that's the wrong action to take. So I think this will help out in a lot of ways. I think too, having mantras like, I will work out right after I wake up. I will stop questioning and re-strategizing. I will do what I planned. Because I think a lot of times for me, I will plan something because I was motivated to plan it. And I will think that that whole plan will lead me into big action. But what happens is I get overwhelmed at all the action steps. And I think, well, maybe there's a better way to do this. Or should I even really be doing this? And so I'm doing so much back and forth like introspection and strategizing ways to be more efficient that I actually don't even do the thing that I was supposed to do. So if I had just like done it, then I would have like made some progress. So that goal that I had for December of finishing an entire book in a month was something I just willed and wanted to happen. But even though it didn't happen, I still finished the outline and I wrote like the first 10,000 words. The book isn't done, but I didn't sit there and try to re-strategize and think about like, is this really a goal I should have? I just kind of like did it. And now that the new month has started, I'm at least partway like done. There's like some momentum that has been gained from just taking action instead of rethinking that whole goal and that whole month. So that would be like, if anything I could convince you of for this year, it's just take action, do things, and then see if you're motivated, if you enjoy it, and it leads to more momentum, because it might. And then, it's always good to have quotes laying around. Like I found, you are what you do. Now, you'll say you'll do, because a lot of times I say I'll do something, and then it just doesn't happen. So action always beats intention. So let's look at the last month in review. My overall total work time actually decreased. So remember, I moved here in November. So that would mostly the month was just taking up with moving. And when I say moving, I mean unpacking, throwing things away. And then after I got stuff that I ordered, I had to put it together. And then also just shopping. So a lot of the moving was online shopping, like looking at desks, looking at chairs, looking at cushions, like buying this special cat desk for Lucky. I don't even know if you can see it, but he's over here. He's sleeping. So all of these things took up time, right? So anyways, this month, I am happy to say the majority of my time was taken up with YouTube. So there were a ton of new videos. I love doing YouTube. It did make me happy to make those. Hopefully it helped you to get something, because the channel had just kind of been stagnant and dead for a while. So I still feel like I'm pretty good. I have a daily average of about 7 hours per day. All right, 20 videos posted for December. So my goal, when I talked about my vision board, was just to do 2 videos per week. So that would equal out to about 10 videos if there's 5 weeks, or 8 videos. But there are 2 channels. So how is that going to work? I'm not really sure yet. But like I said, I felt like action just leads to momentum, which leads to motivation. So I'm just kind of pushing out videos. I'm not overthinking it. So that's why some of these videos are kind of random. We talked about face swappers in one. I talked about my preamp in another. So just kind of testing things out, seeing what sticks. I will say the most popular video of the entire month was Lucky. So people don't want to listen to me. They don't want to like hear my thoughts. They just want to see the cat. So Lucky's video down here at the bottom, Abyssinian cat tests luxury cat bed. Is it worth it? That has over 1,000 views, which, you know, I was kind of surprised. Oh, I guess the other one is the Pantone color of the year. That got 2,700 views. So again, I wouldn't have known if I hadn't just kind of thrown out all those videos. I'm going to try some other videos. There's a super boring video I'm going to post later today of Lucky taking a nap. So we'll see if people are really just that excited about looking at the cat. They're going to watch him just sleep. So I will report back on that later. But celebrate that the year is over. You survived. You are still here. You obviously are still hopeful and want to accomplish things for the next year. Otherwise, you wouldn't be watching a 2025 planning video. All right. Also, what went wrong? So if I just think like holistically about the whole year, about what went wrong, aside from just being in San Diego, I think is canceled friend plans. I don't know. I found it super frustrating, and I love my friend, but she has a kid, and her whole schedule was around the kid. And so, you know, it was canceled. This was put off because of the kid. This was canceled. And I just found that really frustrating. So I don't think, I mean, I wrote that, you know, what's my solution? No longer making plans with any moms. I don't think that's a solution, but I think definitely if I have any friends in the future who have children and they have to cancel because of kids, I'm probably not going to make plans with them. And not because I don't want to spend time with them, but it kind of makes me like angry and resentful and not like that friend anymore, which really isn't fair to them because they have like certain family responsibilities. So I think it's better if we just remain phone friends versus like try to meet up friends, because like I will adjust my whole schedule. And I think also the thing too is people who have high adaptability in Clifton Strings and are very flexible and go with the flow, it does not faze them at all. But my personality and the way I am is I am very rigid. I am very structured. I do not like changes. And so that is not going to work for me as a friend. So that's one thing I learned about myself. I think, so last year I had done a one-on-one coaching with a panic attack therapist. And it was Dr. Lisa, the anxiety doctor or whatever. She had a podcast. And after, like, it was great for the first 3 or 4 sessions. And then after that, it was kind of like she was repeating the same thing, which is fine. I get it. I clearly had the same problems. But I joined this other group, and I'll find the membership if anyone's interested. And it was like 1,000 times better. So, I can't remember. I think his name is Shane Chasm or whatever. And he like talks all the time about his panic attacks. And like, he kind of tells the same story over and over again. But because it's more of a program and you get to talk to other people inside of there, I think it's like $47 a month. It's like super helpful to me. And that's like made all the difference. So that is something I did join. Superficial, did you create surface goals that you weren't truly like passionate about? Which happens sometimes, right? Like a lot of times I kind of say things that I think will be like sound impressive or be great, but they're not really like things I'm truly passionate about. So for example, and I know I've talked about the Squarespace thing a lot, but I also thought about making Shopify sites and templates. The thing is, I'm not really excited by Shopify. I'm not on it all the time. YouTube, I'm on YouTube all the time. Like making those 20 videos last month was effortless. I was excited about it. I couldn't wait to film it. I loved editing it. I do all of my own video editing. I don't outsource anything. And so for me, that was something I was passionate about and something I did. In fact, whenever I meet friends, like any acquaintances or people, and they tell me they're starting a YouTube channel and they have to go through the process of outsourcing the editing, because God forbid they edit, I can tell right away, not that they're not going to be successful, but their channel is probably not going to take off because they don't truly love doing everything to make their channel successful or to really create channel content. Yes, editing's hard. I didn't really like it at first, and I still find it a little difficult, but it's like part of the process. And if you're not going to want to do that, you probably aren't truly, it's like I see all these people like posting a few videos, someone edited that for them, and then they just like, they're like those those bands from the 80s, the one-hit wonders, right? So they're really great. People are interested. They have some views. And they get so excited about telling people to subscribe, and then it kind of dies. So anyways, I think you have to love the whole process. And I really did not love the whole process. And that is why I have teamed up with somebody else to use their templates to give to you. So that's what's happening. Capacity. Also, did you free up space? Sometimes I just add things to my schedule, but my schedule's already full. Like I'm working, clearly, I don't remember where I put it, but I'm working 7.1 hours per day. Every single day. Like that does not include Saturdays and Sundays off. It is not a 40-hour, 5-day week. It's every single day. I need to give something up if I'm going to add something new, and I'm not giving anything up. So sometimes you need to make space, and that's not always very easy. Also, creativity, like were there certain like I clearly had no interest in, I won't belabor that point, but I didn't have any interest in learning some certain technologies. If you don't either, maybe you shouldn't bother. Same thing with Procreate. I was like a one-hit wonder. I did some lettering, it was pretty, and then I just stopped because I just wasn't interested. Finances. Did you accumulate debt? I should have left San Diego a year ago, but I'm just going to move forward and stop thinking about regretting and wishing like I could have done something differently. And then branding. I am literally all over the place, right? I'm doing AI, I'm doing other stuff. My videos are random. So I am going to go back to basics. We're going to go back to planner design this year. Yes. So I don't know what that's going to look like, but I'm going back to basics. We're not expanding anymore. And I just think that it'll be easier because I truly was interested in all those things. That's why I started them. And I think, just like everybody else, I have a million ideas, but I noticed that the videos I post about planning are more popular. I think that's why people like subscribed in the first place. So I'll probably try to stick more with that and give more ideas because there's still a business. There's still things that you can do with that. And I just made a video about how to make planners with AI. I think more people are going to be able to make their own planners or design them for others with the AI tools. So how to pick the right goals. Go ahead, like I said, go through all those lists, check out what you consume. And then I used to say do an advisory board, and I did this for 2 years, but I honestly didn't even look at it. So you could try doing an advisory board, but if it didn't work for you, you don't have to either. And I think that's it. Oh, goals. So how to get today's slides. If you join Planner Pixies, you can get all of the slides every time I talk about anything. And this is more like a public service announcement. I have been a member of Amazon Prime for like years, like 5 or 6 years. I did not know until last year that you could get books for free. I didn't know, like the first day of every month, they do Amazon First Reads. I don't know if like I just wasn't checking my email or it just was going into spam or I just didn't like read the fine print, but I never signed up for any of these books. Anyway, so for January, if you have Amazon Prime, you can get 2 free books. So the ones I chose Lee Child. He's the one that's created the Jack Reacher series, which I love those. I like thrillers anyway, not domestic thrillers. I think those are awful. Political thrillers, even worse. But Lee Child, like just straight up thriller, fast-paced action. I love those. So I got that, the 11 numbers. And then the second book, I actually picked out the women's fiction book some other time because that book was about a woman who gets a divorce. And when she is, it's like after 20 years of marriage, and then she somehow goes to sleep that night and she wakes up the next morning and she had never married that guy in the first place. So I like these books that have like magical realism, like one minor thing happens, but it's not like you have ghosts and goblins and vampires and all of that stuff. I don't like those books, but I do like when there's just one thing that happened. There was another good book too by Fallon Ballard, or it hasn't even come out. I think it comes out in February. It's called Change of Heart. It's the same thing. She goes to sleep one night. She is like a hardcore, like workaholic, doesn't believe in love. And then she wakes up in this like fantasy sort of Hallmark Channel kind of town. And she can't get out until she like embraces her like true self and falls in love. So anyways, I'm excited about both of these books. Just throwing it out there. I don't know, maybe you already know and I'm the only person that did not download my free books because if you miss the month and you don't download your free book for Amazon Prime, it's gone. You can't like go back to the past months. They're gone forever. So you only have 30 days to do that. So we are not doing any, and even though I said we're doing weekly check-ins, we're not doing one next week only because, and I put the dates are wrong. It's actually the 6th through the 8th, and Camila flies in on the 5th. So she's flying in. It's actually a conference she wanted to go to. I just told her it was AI related. So I was like, sure, I'll go just to check it out. But it is about making AI bots. I don't know what that means. They haven't sent out any information at all. And I see him selling tons of other stuff. He's not even an AI person. He's like a digital marketer. So anyways, I'll let you know. I will report back on how that conference went and what it was like and what they talked about. I'll take notes. And we will go over that on Monday, January 13th, when we do another check-in. Actually, even though I'm saying Monday, now that I'm thinking about it, we might move that to Tuesday, only because I walk with Molly on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So, and I only walk with her at 1, but then it's a lot of work to put my hair on, put on makeup, and then go walk and sweat all over again. So I might just do that on Tuesdays. But either way, we are going to meet. We're going to talk about it. I will I'll do a video too. So I'll just do a secret video because I haven't done a vlog in a while. So I'll vlog about my experience at the AI bot. And then we'll talk about anything actionable that I learned from it, if anything. And maybe if I learned nothing, that would be something useful too. So anyways, so these are the dates. So either way, I'm going to be at that summit next week. And then after that, we'll do a mid-month check-in. We'll talk about that. The week after that, the week of the 20th, we'll do the AI photo shoot. I'll have a new one for you. And then the week of the 27th, we'll do a final check-in. And then you have your Sunday emails. So I think that's it. Did anybody else say anything else? I'm going to catch up on comments. You can't just get over it. Yeah, you can't get over it. Yeah, talking about panic attacks. That's good. Just keep swimming. That's good advice. It is good advice. Sometimes I find myself pacing in the middle of the night. It's so weird when it's all bad memories. Yeah, that must be tough. I don't have the problem. As long as I'm at home, I, for some reason, feel safe. I don't know why. I have more agoraphobia related anxiety. I just can't be away from home. Even when so last month, I had to get a shingles shot and was afraid to go alone. So my dad took me. Even though I'm 50, I had to go with my dad. Adriana, great reminder to use ChatGPT for 2020. Yeah, don't do the work yourself. 256 in Idaho. That is much better. Survey. Let's see. Groceries are so expensive. Yeah, they're out of control, right? I don't even feel like I have enough food either, even though it's 95. It'll be a lot easier for you. Car insurance is nuts here. Oh, Amanda, you're in Florida. So is homeowners. Yeah, I've heard homeowners insurance is out of control. I think my friend, I have another friend up in Apopka, and she was it's over 8,000. I love the break mode. Awesome. Diets don't work. Making better food choices is better. Yeah, it's such a complicated topic. Who knows? Who knows what works? I don't know. By the time you figure it out, you're at the end. Lucky, so thanks. Yeah, he has this little, I don't know if you can see it. So he has a little neck thing on to help stop him from overlooking himself. Hi, I know. Am I bothering you? I'm so sorry. He's like, what are you doing? Let's see, Diana. Cats are good to look at when you're having a baby. Yeah, it is true. I like looking at little foxes. Like those little fox videos. I don't know how people are able to film them. And listen to the purring. Yeah, it's hard. Sometimes it's hard. Sometimes you can hear it. Sometimes you can't. That's fair. I'm flexible. I'm not flexible either. Yeah, I do not like being canceled on. Yeah, I love to teach Shopify templates. I'm sorry you're not into it. Yeah, I'm sorry I'm not into it too. It seemed like such a great idea. Oh, that's how I found you, planners. Awesome. Yeah, see, I should go back to planners. I was making a present for a friend and didn't know how to start, so looked on YouTube and found you. Awesome. Same, planners are how I found you, but you were allowed to grow and diversify. Thank you. I love Prime. Yes. They send emails. They do. I don't know. I didn't see them. I just never noticed, which is odd because I'm an author, but yeah, it just happened. Family Man with Nicolas Cage is my favorite Christmas movie. I tried to forget it's there, even though they send out, I tend to forget. Yeah, I totally forget. So I feel like they need to send out multiple emails, but I'm too lazy to put makeup on now. Yeah, it's a lot of work. Mine stems from PTSD. Yeah, that's probably totally different. Mine, I think, is just from perimenopause. Hello, fellow Idahoan. Oh, you guys are both in Idaho. But Molly, my bestie that I walk with 3 days a week, is in Idaho as well. She's in Boise. Maybe I should get one for my brother's cat. He will clean himself until his fur falls out if we let him. Yeah, I will make a video because clearly lucky videos are the only thing that people like. But this was the best thing ever. I've tried the like plastic cones, but this one is kind of flexible and it's soft. It's kind of like it feels soft like those like a rainproof jacket almost. That's a puffy jacket. So it's probably hot. It's a good thing it's January. And Starry Night. Happy New Year. All right. I hope everyone's having a great start to 2025. Don't forget 2 important things. 1, you can get the 2025 Year at a Glance wall calendar for free today only. Just check the link. You can download it below. And if you want to join Planner Pixies, that is on sale as well. So big, huge, deep discounts if you join today as well. All right. Bye, everyone.